Hi, I'm Alon, co-founder at Dopt. We're the first developer platform for building self-serve product onboarding and feature education. Up until now, you've had to choose between brittle and inflexible no-code tools like Pendo or AppQues, or taking weeks to build everything in-house, where you waste a ton of upfront time rediscovering best practices and get slowed down by all the additional complexity you're forced to manage. We started Dopt to give developers a better way to build onboarding. Dopt gives you a visual flow builder where the team can map out targeting, components, content, and branching logic to create cohesive in-product flows and flexible SDKs and APIs that you can either use with Dopt's pre-built customizable React components like a checklist, tour, and modals in order to move fast, or with your own components to have complete control over the experiences you build. Here's how easy it is to build a native getting started flow with Dopt. Before we get into the details, let's see what this looks like in my product. When a new user logs into my analytics product for the first time, they see a 3-step checklist to help them get up and running. This checklist is a pre-built React component that Dopt provides, but it lives in your codebase, letting you fully customize its styles and behaviors. The checklist steps get completed as the user takes actions in the product, and once the checklist is done, they see a modal outlining next steps. To build this, you first define which users see the flow. You target using properties of users, workspaces, or companies, like their role, plan, actions they've taken, or the answer to a question posed during signup. You send these to Dopt with our API or through integrations with tools like Segment. The flow is made up of blocks. They represent components, logic, like branching on a user property, actions like firing a webhook, and even custom steps. Blocks in Dopt let you define content and configuration, which is made accessible in the SDK, along with a state of each step. You can update content, configuration, targeting, and logic from Dopt without code pushes. The flows are versioned, so structural changes won't break what you have in production, and Dopt has separate dev and prod environments with their own keys and users, letting you develop and test flows safely. Each step and flow has an identifier that you reference in our SDK, and developing with Dopt is simple. Dopt gives you pre-built customizable React components that provide best practices and help you get going quickly. Here's our checklist component. Using it is as simple as importing Dopt's components, using our useChecklist hook, and passing in the steps identifier. You're able to call Dopt methods anywhere in code to mark checklist steps complete or transition users through their flows. All of Dopt's blocks can be used with your own UI components, and Dopt flows can even contain a mix of your components and Dopt components. If we wanted to add an embedded tip using the analytics product's existing card component, it's as simple as adding a custom block in the flow and then using the useBlock hook to reference it. Once your flow is live, Dopt has built-in analytics that give you visibility into your users and how your flows are performing, and native integrations with your analytics and data stack, so you can use your own tools to analyze Dopt-powered experiences alongside the rest of your product. With Dopt, you can build experiences across the entire user journey: initial setup, onboarding, feature adoption, engagement, and announcements. Dopt makes it easy to ship great experiences quickly, learn what works, and iterate more often so you build the right thing and your customers realize the value your product has to offer.